Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We are on The Oaks by Farm Sim Brisco, I believe his name is. This has been kind of a popular map in the last week or so. I know Farm Sim Guy and ArgZ and quite a handful of others have been doing some previews or tours or show-offs. But the map does look pretty awesome. For a 4x UK map, it is Farm Sim Brisco's first attempt at making a map, or I believe even maybe not modding, but making a map, because he really liked the area and he wanted to build a map. So we just decided to come check it out. I honestly wanted to check it out because it looks pretty cool. I haven't spent a lot of time watching the tours because I wanted to spend some time actually looking at it myself. But it is a big map. It's very large. I kind of did a quick flyover, but I haven't done much other than that. I did check out like the starting farm for new farmer mode. And most of the equipment you start with is here. And then some of the tractors and other stuff is on the actual farm plots. But I'll show you the map. You don't start with this. I added that in. I'll show you the map and then we can go from there. This is the PDA. There's quite a few farms scattered around, so it'd be really good for multiplayer because it's big, as well as has lots of farms and animal areas you can work with. The shop and where we are starting in this top left corner. And we'll probably do just kind of a drive around, check out some of the farms and areas, a little bit of the scenery. Now I did start on New Farmer because I just wanted to show off what you kind of start with. Probably should be in the right menu, huh? So you start off with basically all these plots down here. So 3, 80, 81, 82, 83, 86, 87, 88, and 89. The kind of the main farmyard is here, sandwiched around 2, 82, 80, and 81. And those are all, looks like arable crops. Then down here you have another kind of zone, which is a bunch of animals. So you have some massive cow barns down here with a bunch of sheds, and then you have grass fields kind of all around it to maintain that. So you start with a lot of equipment, good equipment, and you start with a lot of land right off the bat. If you really want to get into it just right away, you could obviously, you know, this is a PC only map, so you could obviously sell off and adjust your money whatever you wanted. If you just wanted the cow barns, or just wanted the farm plot, or one of these many other farms in here. There is some spaces that look like basically are left open. I don't know if it's for grass or if he just wanted to leave those spaces for you to be able to check out. And good evening, Chris. I just noticed your message there. Thank you for joining in. Up here in the corner, there is a lot of blank spots, like big cement blank spots that you could put other productions or buildings if you wanted to. But we'll probably do kind of a drive through. We'll show the main farm, kind of the industrial park town down here, as well as some of the other farm plots and just how they're laid out. But I wanted a quick car so we could drive fast, so that's why I grabbed the Land Rover. Let me adjust the music real quick, it's a little loud in my ears. Alright, there we go. But as I said, this is the shop area. This is where everything spawns in. And there's some of these kind of like I was talking about, those large cement industrial or buildable areas, construction type areas. Check out down here. Here is I think it's just a sell point. Got a lot of these type of plots around. Never really use this vehicle, so it's a little kind of quick. I do get, obviously loading up the map for the first time, you have some shaders loading in, so you will get some FPS drops and whatnot. And as a 4x map, it's just going to be a little more taxing no matter what. So if you see some spikes, that's what you're seeing. I do run my settings pretty high too. Forget we're in the UK. Around the map, he has a lot of these little areas with just some homes or apartments built up. Local inn. And for a 4x map, the fields are fairly large. Thought I had the point where it would tell me, oh here. You can see you have pretty decent sized fields. Obviously some are massive. Smallest one's 1.5. That's about it. Definitely getting some steady frames dropped. This area, I'm not sure what it is for exactly. I didn't buy it because I don't know if it has production or not on it. Your harvester does start in here if you run New Farmer. Then you have some sheds, and then you got these large silo bins. I'm not sure if this is something, if you buy it, you unlock it. Most likely the case. Just kind of an open plot here. I don't know if it's just somewhere, if you wanted to, you could unlock or buy basically silo storage with some extra sheds and kind of a farmyard. I gotta own the property to unlock that one. For some, the other one works, but not that one. And it looks like back here we have yeah, that was a little weird to me, Chris, when I first loaded in. It's like you were supposed to own it, but maybe not own it. I don't know. We got some grass fields here, so I'm not sure. Back here we have a animal pen. You can't really see anything unless you buy the land, I believe. And I know Farm Sim Brisco's been doing some updates and trying to add in all sorts of things. Oh, you do have equipment on here. We got a cedar here. Not sure what that's about. Everything says my farm. I didn't really look at that. For the first time making a map, it looks like he's just got some kind of some bugs that are maybe missed by someone like that, and you just gotta work out some quirk, especially for a 4x map, like something like this. Visual bugs, some probably XML cleanup and whatnot to make the names and everything correct. But these are the buy silos, so you could probably, I wonder if you could buy this plot of land and unlock that. Or if you just get them anyway. They don't have any icons on them though. This definitely looks like somewhere you'd put like an animal pasture. I was gonna try to show this off yesterday, but he had added in, I believe it was multi-terrain angle, and it caused some bugs for me anyway. This looks like just kind of a housing area. Kind of this other, almost like a fancy home. Pretend to know how to read that. Alright, we gotta get back to our car. But I think right now, I mean, it's workable to work on and play the game. If you're really trying for something with no errors or doing a little bit of bugs fixes and whatnot, then you might want to wait for like another large update. But most of the stuff, I believe, is just kind of visuals or weird quirks. think we'll take this road. I think it heads down to our main farm area. And there's kind of these sheds everywhere. There is a lot of, should I say, required mods. And I believe the game will prompt you to download them, but if not, they're all on that Farm Sim Brisco's page. Here, I noticed this when I was kind of doing a quick flyover. It looks like there's some animal pens back here. I think these are the animal pens, so really the chicken barn, I think. So it looks like a large chicken farm area. Maybe pigs? I think it's chickens. And a large grass field there. Now we're getting to kind of our main farm here. I have the harvester set up. So once we kind of get done with the tour, if we have time, we can do a little bit of harvesting and just see how it goes with horseplay and whatnot. The main farmyard, lots of sheds. That's what most of the placeables are sheds and silos and whatnot. I think some animal pens. I do like the farm layouts. They look pretty nice. Got a workshop here. A couple petrol tanks. You have room for pretty much all that equipment. You can bring it down here. Got the power washer. Then up over here, outside of kind of your farmyard, you have your house. Another kind of shed garage area. I think this one opens. Yep. Your main living quarters. This is one. You don't have any silos or anything here. So that's why my thought is maybe he figured if you wanted to, you could buy that plot up there. I'm not sure how much it cost. So it is a big chunk of money. But if you truly had to, you could probably sell a field and make up for it. that's the main farmyard. Now we'll head down a little bit towards the kind of a very large, I don't know if you'd say like industrial zone, as well as the animal, like your cow pasture area. You have some neighborhood-like type areas in here, just a bunch of residential homes. Let's see if I can figure out where we're going. Might have gone the wrong way. I believe I did. Yep, I'm gonna have to swing back around. Maybe that'll take me that way. We could try this way. It's kind of an odd place. Gates on the train tracks. I've never seen something like that, but I guess maybe it's common down there. So this is one of your grass, I believe one of your grass fields for your cow pasture. Yep. Kind of surrounded by these marshy zones. It's kind of cool. Well laid out. So you own all this too if you're on New Farmer. Very large. These silage clamps are just sheds. They almost look like you could run silage in them. Some of your equipment's down here. I'm getting some pretty hard FPS drops. I don't know if it's just gotta load in or what. Then you have a little home down here. Then your couple of your large cow pens. We're back kind of into the town area. You have your housing, then straight ahead is like Silo Industrial Park City. You got your British Sugar. Looks like it's a lot of factories and sell points, productions. Same here, Chris. I run a pretty large like rendering distance, but I might have to tweak it down on this map. I don't know if you can use any of these. No, I didn't think so. You have a lot of different factory points and productions in here. Back here, looks like we have another one. Another large production. Diesel production. On that. I think this is just the rest of this basically factory or facility. Sure, I want to go through there or not. It says no entry anyway. So they've laid out some like really large. I don't know if these are the actual because this is based off a real area. So I don't know if there's like an actual sugar mill plant there and like a diesel plant. And he's basing that all off this, or if some of this is a little bit left to the imagination. I think this would take a few times driving around to get everything in shape for your game to start running pretty smooth. Looks like we have a BGA and some other plants back in here. Looks like a BGA to the right with some clamps. Yep. We have plenty of storage or points or areas that you could buy and produce. Or if you did like a multiplayer map where somebody owned large zones and could rent it out or something to other players. Lots of sheds. Lots of room. So we'll head out, we'll head up the main road here. Then we are going to swing kind of to the far side of the map and start checking out some of the other farm plots. Probably buzz through some of those a little quicker so we can get to harvesting that field. I think Farm Sim Brisco did a good job. He was trying to really implement kind of his real life area, and as a kind of the first time doing it, he's done, I think, a pretty well good job. I mean, there's obviously some visual things that are a little off. But for an initial release, it seemed to go pretty smooth. I know it's been working on, I think, a couple multiplayer servers that people have. And he seems to really want to make sure people are happy, so he's very active, he's already jumped on a couple things, getting updates. He's also gotten a lot of help from the community, just wanting to help him out, which is great to see. And I'm assuming he went with the 4x map because he couldn't fit the whole area into just what he thought would be a 2x map, or maybe he really enjoys large style farming. There isn't really a whole lot of huge UK maps out there. It's kind of like a old rundown farm area. You really wanted to start from basically nothing, or run down, trying to rebuild up. Lots of just these farm plots or houses around. They're not even really farmhouses, they're just homes. Hopefully audio's sounding good. Like I said, there's a lot of these areas where you just got little strips of homes along the road. I'm not sure if that's how, like, UK farm. I mean, I'm assuming he built it off somewhat realism there. Yeah, just bump the mic on you. And that car came in hot. Starting to get a little lost. I think there is a farm plot down this way. Yep. Yeah, there is. Alright. We're getting there. For some reason I'm getting kind of a YouTube error, like my stream is poor. I don't know if my connection's dropping. The stream didn't drop. We're back. Sorry about that. I don't know if the stream had a glitch in the stream or what. It's like OBS lost a handful of frames and everything. Alright, we're coming up on another farm plot. Yep, here we are. I got a deep drive with a couple grass fields or entryway pastures. I like the look of this one. Yeah, your house on the left there. A whole bunch of sheds. Petrol tank. So some of these, I believe these are the Lancy Boy English shed pack. Some of these silos here. And it looks like, ooh, a slurry pit. So a possible animal pasture here. Maybe 2 of them. Yeah. Maybe 3 of them. Oh wait, this one's 1 too, is it? Maybe? I'm not sure. I said, I don't know if these are just sheds or they're like silage. They kind of look like, you know, I guess like English maybe storage barns. Like you could put crop or something in there, or maybe just bales of hay or silage in there, because then it would stay protected out of the elements, or at least rain downfall and whatnot. Then another large shed here. Some of the texture stuff like the grass or the trees coming through, I don't know if that's just he kind of planted that way, or if he just hasn't had the time to go through and really tweak all that, or he just kind of leaves it up to the user. I know some people will look around and they'll like nitpick the sides of the roads or things like that because it's a little bit immersion breaking, or it's kind of annoying to work on. But in the grand scheme of things, it's really not too much or too bad. And I'm not sure how long he's been working on the map. Definitely dropping in the frame. Sometimes you don't really notice it when you get into like the 50s, it's not too bad, but you start getting into 20s and all of a sudden you just start seeing your car going all over the place. We'll take a left, swing up, swing and show off these 2 farms. Maybe head around, show the animal dealer. Then there's kind of like another workshop, little town area here. Maybe another farm or 2. Then we'll head back and we'll start farming, getting that field harvested. Some of the roads are pretty wide, but then you get into these little channels, and I'm not sure how you're going to fit a very large harvester into here. Especially because you're hitting all the tree branches and everything too with a large vehicle. Just a little home there, nothing fancy. I believe we have kind of 2 farms up here, kind of right next to each other. Like I said, I haven't spent a lot of time here. So Most of this stuff I'm seeing for the first time along with you. Some large silo complex, some sheds. I don't know if we can open any of this. Nope. Definitely a different style shed. Different style farm. Wonder if they've kind of built it up more for an arable type farm, not so much animal. So more storage for crop and equipment. Couple sheds here, at least one shed. That large like overhead shed. This looks almost like an animal. Can't access it. This is definitely animal. Like a new one. Fresh. So I was mistaken. I believe this is an animal one too. Yep, it's got the milking tanks and everything in there. So you got the old cow barn, then the new cow barn over there. Nice. You got your home right here. Large grass fields. And I have another farm right here on the corner. Here's the home. We have, let's see where we at. Probably drive up a little bit. Lots of sheds. Yeah, we can't open anything unless we own the property. I'm assuming all these doors will open if you own it. We got a different silo complex here. It's kind of nice, a little bit different. A couple different sheds as well. Different colors. Ooh, you have some bunkers too. 3 bunkers, very large bunkers. Almost looks like something's supposed to be here, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't load them out right. I don't see any animal pens on this one, but I wonder if they kind of... Like, you have the huge clamps for silage and everything, but no animals. So maybe you're supposed to work together with all the other farms. Or maybe this farm and that other farm right across the road are kind of a combo, because the farm across the road has 2 large cow barns, but they don't have any bunker silos or anything. Let's see if we can get out here real quick. So we'll swing a right, we'll take this big curve all the way over, then we'll take our first left. Get out. not even see him. I forgot to record one earlier. These trees are super low. Like, I don't know how you would get an actual combine or very large tractor through here. I wonder if they trim a lot of that back normally in the UK. A lot of the residential housing in here. I believe to our right we have the animal dealer. Jerk the stream too much. Definitely the animal dealer looks like possibly a bunker or a sell point for bales and whatnot. I'd say so. I don't know if there's collectibles on the map. I don't think so, but I could be wrong there. Like I said, this is kind of a little bit more of like a town type area. A lot of housing. I think I drove right by one of the farms. I did. So here we are at another farm. Like I said, this map's probably great for multiplayer. Lots of sheds. And I'm not talking like just multiplayer as in everybody does a survival, but like multiplayer, you give everybody decent money and you can really get equipment moving fast. So the fields are pricey, so I think if you set up actual farm plots for everybody, so like that's 371. If you gave somebody that field's at 1.5 million. 943. So I think if you set up a farm for somebody, you'd have to give them a plot, a couple fields, and then also enough to be able to actually buy equipment or lease equipment. Got a silo here. Every farm is very large, has lots of sheds, lots of storage. Getting lost in here. Continue on through the area. I believe there's a fuel station and maybe a workshop. Back in here, yep. places you could build some more plots if you really wanted to. Bell point there, market looks like. Cemetery church. We're on one of the final remaining farms. Yeah, so I believe there's kind of, I mean, there's some other spots you could find, but there's kind of like one, not that one, never mind. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, kind of depending how you laid it out, you could have 7 to 8 or 9. I really like these sheds, except I cannot stand these cones. I have them on one of my saves, and they always pop back in. It's extremely annoying. I don't know if there's a way to get rid of them. So if you know how, let me know how. Another silo. See, like the sheds look nice, but it's kind of exhausting, or just not exhausting, but annoying to get out and have to move that every time, or you just run it over. Done that. It looks like a lot of shed work. I don't know if there's any animal pens on here. Might have spoken too soon. Definitely got some bunkers here, some clamps. Oh, and it looks like maybe one possible animal pen. I use this one. I think they're all laid out a little bit different, a little nicer. I think it's kind of, you uniquely did all the farm plots or the yards, so it's kind of nice. It says a little bit of everything on it. Do you know how to get rid of these cones, Chris? My biggest complaint with these sheds. There's probably a trigger and I just don't know. That, or I go into the XML and just delete it. See where I'm at. Figure it out. Not sure what this plot is. This like blue area. We'll head up towards Colk's Timber. Turn-in point. I think I missed it. Ah, no, we have another one here. Looks like the lumber yard. Sawmill. I don't think I've seen this sawmill before. It's kind of a unique one. Getting errors with YouTube every once in a while that it's not receiving the data right. So I don't know if that's something with my OBS or with my internet connection. Hopefully you're not getting a bunch of buffering. It might be. Stream is back up. Alright, yeah, so I'm sorry if the video is going in and out. Sure if I have OBS or internet connection issues. Alright, well we're gonna head back to the farm. And start working on a harvest. If you want to see more of the map, I believe Artsy Gaming did a kind of cinematic tour as well as a drive around detailed tour. I know Farm Sim Guy did some videos on it as well as some other content creators. Been a fairly popular map on the couple Discord servers I'm on. Also, I believe Dwarwick Dog, a smaller content creator like myself, is doing a multiplayer server that he's hosting. So if you want to try it out on a multiplayer one, check out, I think he had a video of it recently. Check out his page, or he's on a bunch of the Discord servers if you're on Discord. I believe we're almost there. That's what we get for not obeying traffic laws. Double dinger. Like I said, I had set up a Discord, or not a Discord, well I do have a Discord server, but I had set up a courseplay course. Probably do is have them run the headlands and just spread the chaff on the ground. I do not have precision farming on. It's one thing I didn't test, but it should work with the map. I do have mods like Courseplay, store deliveries, vehicle leasing, sales of vehicle equipment or something like that, and then I have some of the extra like settings such as field growth, stages, the extra field info, the extra settings. So it is working good with a lot of mods. I haven't tested auto drive. There's one thing I need to get better at is auto drive. I'm not very good with auto drive. I used to use it a lot in FS19, and then I just kind of got FS22 and never loaded it up when it finally released, and just never took the time to remember and figure it all out. But he's missing some of the edges of the field. Might have to tweak your horseplay outline a little bit. It's quite a bit. And I know Courseplay was using the correct size headers, so you might have to... I don't know if you can adjust the line over a little bit. Not that I want to do that. Maybe we could adjust our horizontal, but I don't really want to mess with it because then we're going to screw the rest of the field off. Nailants. But if you look at the PDA and you think it's like a standard 2 times, you're like, oh man, these fields aren't that big. But number 2 is quite a good size. 14, almost 15. Running small equipment will be a long process. Hello, Jono. The only time I've ever had, when I was on console in FS19 with the mod hub, I would just back out, let it sit a bit, and then go back into the mod hub menu. Typically that would work for me. Otherwise I'm not sure exactly how to take care of your problem. I mean, besides restarting the game or backing in and out. I know it does take a little longer usually when you're in game to load up. Just kind of a slower process. Gonna have to grab our grain cart. Not gonna even make it around the field. Yeah, they did get the that update out. That was kind of nice. I haven't gone through everything, but I know it added a couple placeables. I think a new sawmill and the mine shaft can be placed. But obviously there's some equipment bugs and things that it fixed. Having auto drive on this map would be useful. It does take a long time to get started. Like a start from scratch one, where you getting rid of all your money, or you going from like $0 like survival. I really like the expansion map. I think it's really well done and it's beautiful. I could see it being tough trying to start off on it because you got all those hills and some of the trees are tricky to get to. That's awesome. I hope it's going well for you. But it does take a lot of time to start from scratch. Doesn't help that all the tree harvesters are like 300, 400,000. Plus if you buy like the sawmill and whatnot, they're all I think like 80 to 100,000. Not sure if we'll continue on the oaks once we go back. I'm kind of doing this thing where I want to try out just a bunch of different maps, especially as ones are released. Just kind of do kind of just like a midweek map exploration type deal. We might come back and revisit some of the ones we like, or maybe eventually we'll find one where we start up a new save on. I am gonna do some time lapses on. I did a live stream on Fictol last week. I'm gonna do some time lapses on that. I don't know how long we'll go with each series or not. Time lapses on four times maps like this one are a little tougher. I mean, you can run them, but it's a lot of field work. So you kind of have to crank up the speed on them. But if you do a time lapse on like the Oaks and you do a 10 to 20 minute time lapse, a lot of it's just spent harvesting this one field because the field's so large. So then you're spending, you know, you're either cutting some out of the video or you're having an extra long time lapse. And then you're also spending about twice as much time, if not more, recording. And right now time with recording's just been a little difficult. That's why the live streams have been nice, because I can just kind of hop on at night and do a little bit of live streaming, kind of get some gameplay in, enjoy trying out the different maps, enjoy doing different stuff. But I need to get back on. I'm trying to get on a schedule, but it's getting a little difficult. Just things keep popping up. But hopefully we can get on a schedule where I can get some consistent releases, some Silver Run videos, some Fictol, some Addingham Park, and then also keep throwing in a couple live streams, 1 or 2 a week. Does not like the frame rate on this side of the field. Like solid 20 to 30. Because we don't have a silo, I suppose we could go dump this in one of our sheds. We could check that out, see if we have a shed that would take it. Otherwise, we'll just have to find a sell point. Head back, look at our shed, see what we have for storage. I don't think we have anything to store this. Unless we can store it in maybe one of the barns. Just dump it on the ground. Yeah, I don't think it would fit in here, but maybe like in here. 'Cause it's got the cement walls. Maybe not so much with all these oils and stuff in here. I don't think. Plus, we might fill that up real fast. Lose my mind. It looks like there's a shed over here, right? Oh no, that's just kind of a false wall. We sell it. Let's see where our closest sell point is. Probably Year grain or Haygate's grain. Let's see what's. Well, that's another thing. This is a custom crop, I believe, calendar. Flour mill or Mill Road grain. They're all pretty close. Take it down there. One thing about here too is the long drive anywhere. Because we're really dallying around. Our harvester will probably get full by the time we get back. Also another reason to have auto drive. See, one truckload brings in 11,000. Not too bad. Thought the combine would be ready by now, but looks like we might get back in time. Be able to get him unloaded. Trees are real low. Let's see, where's the combine at? Find him, chase him down. Looks like he's made the second pass. Oh, there we go, needs to be unloaded. All the way on the far side. Gotta get underneath the... There we go. Driving in circles here. One day we can get the one thing we can do is get the have a John Deere with the baler. Could get him over here and get ready to start doing the up down rows. I don't like to run the headlands with the baler right away because then sometimes the bales get in the way of turning around and whatnot for the harvester. We're gonna have to first save the course that I set up for the last harvester here. I gotta create a folder, I always forget that. Field 2. There we go. Now we can get into the John Deere, load up that course. Thought I had loaded the course, didn't I? Oh. There we go. Do not have any auto load trailers, or we don't have any actual, I don't think we even have any bale trailers or anything, so we'd have to buy that and get a loader as well to load it up. Not sure what size bales we're running. Suppose we'll see when it comes out. Thousand liters. Do that at home. Probably catch up to the harvester pretty quick. We'll probably have to stop him and let the harvester catch up. Probably only going to make it roughly 10 more minutes. 'Cause I do have to be up early for work. The one downfall to streaming at night. I don't have a lot of time during the day to be able to stream, just due to work and schedule with the kid. These streams are kind of a special one-offs usually, but I do have the ability to stream at night, but just depends on when the job starts in the morning, when I need to cut out. Probably stop him at the end of this run just so it doesn't catch up to the harvester and starts getting mad. top off the trailer, then go sell it. Oh, we're full. We got a little bit more to go. I know the stream was maybe a little shorter. We didn't get a lot done. Still got this field to harvest. But it was more about just kind of exploring the map, seeing what we had. Checking out this new map, this 4x map. So we might come back and revisit this one. We'll see. Maybe see in a couple weeks if there's any updates or anything to it. But we'll be checking out some other maps. Let me know if you want to see any map in particular that we can explore, check out. It's probably going to be mostly newer ones, maybe some of the older ones out there on the mod hub, or try to find some that have been around for a while. I think we're going to end the stream there, fellas, everybody. Just gonna finish up some of this harvest and then call it. Likes to drive though. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you are there, please like the video. Helps me out, and I will catch you all on the next one.